Hey there, TJ Denzer here, Senior News Editor for Shacknews.com, coming at you with another preview. This time, I just got done checking out Destiny 2, The Edge of Fate. It's the next expansion coming from Bungie to the popular MMO shooter, and it is an interesting one. This one feels like it's tying up some loose ends, but also setting up for something big. And I'll get into exactly what that means here in a bit. To start things off, we got to check out a little bit of the story. You know, like the thing happening here is the Nine are up to no good. Again, the emissary of the Nine, who controlled a character known as Orin decided she didn't want to be controlled no more, and she's pulling loose from the Nine to lend help elsewhere. It ends up involving the Drifter. It ends up involving a few other plot points that have been going on over the years. It's going to be an interesting thing to see how this pays off. We got a look at these characters in some story missions. It took us to a new location, Kepler, where some space-time distortion is happening that is real funky. And of course it leads us into contact with Vex. It leads us into contact with the Fallen. We go to see what the Nine are up to. It's an interesting setup, and like I said, it looks like it's building towards not only paying off some things, but also setting up for a big new chapter. To say that crosses over into gameplay elements is like an understatement. One of the big things here that they showed off as we checked out the preview was that they showed us a new director in the form of the Portal. So this is like a super streamlined version of what we've had for years when it comes to choosing what we want to do in Destiny. The Portal basically gives you a easy to access menu to solo ops, to fireteam ops, to raids, to dungeons, to crucible stuff, to anything that's going on the daily, the stuff that you'll get like bonus drops for, bonus engrams. It's there. It's like right there in Portal, and it's so easy to access. And they don't even get rid of the director entirely. You can still access it and like go to planets and access different waypoints on various worlds. It's just a faster way to get to like the stuff that you want to play, see what you want to do for the day, see what's hot, see what quests are going on, and get in there like just you're on a menu that has it all in front of you. I thought that was like a super cool and streamlined way to go about it, because like Destiny has gotten unwieldy over the years. It's gotten a lot of content, and so to see it kind of like give us this thing that just directs us right towards what we want to do is cool. And it didn't stop there as far as like what's going on with like gameplay modifications and new things. One of the cooler things they're going to be doing is giving us difficulty modifiers. So on like solo and fireteam ops and different things, you can add difficulty modifiers to your missions to make them harder, at the benefit of giving you better drops at the end and better rewards if you take on more difficult challenges. And these things were like everything from just you take more damage from arc, or you take more damage from solar or dark, to you take more damage when you're in the air, or if enemies kill you, then that enemy upgrades a rank, or you have no HUD. That one is a very difficult one, and I was surprised the first time I saw it. The rewards for doing that stuff, like bumping it up, not only does it make it so that you can make sort of a unique custom challenge for yourself on any given mission, but it also gives you the means to bump up that challenge and get better rewards for it, which is pretty neat. As far as like content went, Kepler is interesting. It's a very green world. Things are constantly like in flux. We're gonna have some like straight up world traversal abilities that help us get around on Kepler. We were introduced to Matter Spark, Mattermorph, and I can't remember the third one right now. I'll get back to it. Matter Spark is straight up like, if you remember the curl ball in the morph ball in Metroid, and how you use it to get through tunnels and small spaces, it's very similar. Matter Spark makes you turn into a little electric sprite and allows you to get into vents, get into small spaces, move through paths and levels that are in areas that you wouldn't otherwise be able to access. And you can shoot off a little bit of electricity, which torches enemies and also powers up various like electrical implements to like open doors and stuff. As far as what Mattermorph does, it gives you this, you like pluck a goober off of a tree and it'll let you access various otherwise unreachable platforms in various areas. Like shards of platforms are like hanging out on like walls and stuff, and if you throw the matter morph at it, it'll form platforms that you can then move across. And the relocator ability. This was like a cannon that we could find in various areas, and if you shoot it at a platform, it powers up a teleporter nearby, which allowed us to like circumvent like laser gates and other defensive parameters, and get into areas that we wouldn't otherwise be able to reach. There's another one that has to do with like a cipher language on Kepler, and mostly that relates to lore and opening and being able to open certain chests that you won't otherwise be able to reach. But essentially, there's a lot on Kepler and the abilities that we get out of it that add up to kind of a Metroidvania style thing, where we won't be able to access all of Kepler at first, but once we get these abilities and we power them up, they'll allow us to access more of the map bit by bit. And I mean like light Metroidvania. It's not like a full-on Metroidvania, but it does have like this bit of unlocking where you power up these abilities. Eventually you get the matter spark to a point where it like has a limiter on on how long you can do it at first, and eventually you get to a point where you can be in matter spark form for as long as you want, which allows you to reach areas that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. So, getting back to more gameplay elements, I think one of the things that people obviously want to hear more about are the exotics and some of the weapons. There are some very cool things coming offensively and defensively in Destiny 2. I got to see some of the exotics, including a hand cannon and a scout rifle that really impressed me. The scout rifle is called Third Iteration. I think it comes along as a season reward. I need to check back on that, but it's a scout rifle that it's an energy weapon that like when you shoot it normally it'll scattershot, but when you look down the sights, you'll see 3 points that converge into one, and that is a focused shot. And if you hit an enemy in their critical spots and kill them with that shot, it will turn you invisible and it will power up your next shot, which I absolutely dug. I love scout rifles in Destiny 2, and that one is maybe one of the funnest I've played with in a while. The hand cannon was also pretty dang cool. So, like, this hand cannon, it has arc and void damage on it. It transforms between the two damages. You, like, hold the reload button to transform it. And when it's in arc mode, it fires off electricity and powers up the void side. And when it's in void mode, or I'm sorry, stasis, not void, it's stasis. And when it's in stasis mode, it fires off bullets that will freeze enemies. But when you power up either side of the gun, the arc side calls down lightning bolts on enemies you hit precision shots on, and the stasis side explodes them into a stasis crystal and damages nearby enemies. So, and then if you're able to power up both sides, then you get a massive damage bonus for both sides for a limited time. That gun is very engaging. I enjoyed going back and forth between the damage types a lot, and the effects they have, and then the power up that you get when you get the two sides maxed up. It's awesome. There's a lot of other weapons in there, obviously, but those are the two big ones that stood out to me. There is an exotic sniper rifle. I didn't get a lot of time with it, but there was also a trace rifle that I got a couple bonuses that refilled the magazine and also did more damage as you continued to fire it, which was very fun. So getting down to the other side of this equation, the defensive side that I was talking about, they are putting set bonuses on new armor sets in Destiny 2. So new legendary and new exotic armor sets are coming to the game. Armor is coming to the game, and a lot of the new sets are gonna have armor bonuses where if you wear 2 to 4 pieces of the gear, you're going to get bonuses on top of it. The one that I favored the most was one that gave me more grenade energy for using it, I do believe, and gave me more health. And There was one that was melee focused, and there was one that was, I do believe, gunfire focused. The point being, there are gonna be these sets where you get to give yourself even further bonuses if you put on either 2 to 4 pieces of it. Which, being a 6-piece gear game, means that you can have feasibly either a 4-piece set that gives you the big bonus, and then a 2-piece that gives you another bonus, or you could do 3 2-pieces. So feasibly, you could do that. So they have like new class modifiers on the gear. So like one might be a grenadier chest piece, which means that it has better energy. It gives you better grenade stats, more damage, lower cooldowns, all that jazz. Whereas another might be a brawler, where it affects your melee ability, or another might be a bastion, where it affects your health ability, and it will be a random roll on each of the gear pieces when you pick it up. So like assembling a full like grenade set will feasibly give you a pretty good bonus on grenades. It's all pretty awesome. And it was fun to see all of it in action. I'm really excited for those new weapons. I'm really excited for the modifiers. Oh, and I didn't even get to the last bit of the fun. They're adding a shooting range to this game finally. Much requested, much needed. And in addition to the shooting range, where now you will be able to test your weapons and test your gear against modified conditions and see how your damage stacks up. They're also doing stuff where they're going to be doing these Arms Week events. It'll focus on one gun on any given occasion, such as like the hand cannon, and you'll be able to craft various hand cannons with modified stats from the Arms Week. But the big thing is that for whatever week that you're on, as far as the weapon goes, you'll be able to craft volatile mods. And these are mods that are like super strong compared to regular mods. The one that we were kind of given as an example was fragmentation rounds, where if you were to kill an enemy with a precision shot, then small explosives pop out of them into the surrounding area. I also saw one that gave me healing a little bit for headshots. These are going to be obviously overpowered mods that are going to be able to be equipped on only the Arms Week guns. But at the same time, once the Arms Week event goes away, those mods disable. So like you're on a limited time where you can build this build that's like super strong with the Arms Week guns, and then you're on a limited time where you can use it before the volatile mods for it go away. I don't know if they'll come back once that Arms Week's gun is in circulation again. That'll be interesting to find out, but I am interested to see what kind of builds people come up with when it comes to putting these volatile mods on their Arms Week guns. And that'll about cover it. This was, like I said, there's a lot here that seems to build the foundations for a better future in Destiny. Between like the mission modifications, the armor mods, the volatile mods, the portal. It feels like it's building the game to a new level of quality as far as just like what new players and what older players can expect as far as ease of access. And that's great. But it also seems like we're going to be getting a pretty good chapter in the narrative as well with the Emissary and with Orin and with Kepler. There's a lot of cool things going on, and I'm really excited to see where they go with this, especially with the next expansion coming so soon in December. So this is coming out, Destiny 2, The Edge of Fate, in July 2025, and we will be reporting on more of it up until then. Until next time, this has been TJ Dunzer, Senior News Editor for Shacknews.com, coming at you with another preview, and you can find us on our socials and on the YouTube channels. Go check us out. Thank you for watching.